you doing? Dr. Gail and Mary, I'm again having some issues with my computer and internet, so I'm on my phone right now, and I'm adjusting it. I have changed everything around, but let me see who's here. Hey Juno, hey Butterfly Kisses, hey Tina, hey Teresa. It's been a long time since I used my phone. Hey Vivian. Let's see who else is here. There's Tina, Chris MK. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm going to have a little bit difficulty looking at the chat. I've got a glare, and I can barely even see Mary. You can do all sorts of things today, Mary, and I won't even know you're doing it.
Where's that nudity thing? We need the banner.
So how are you doing today? Hi, Lyra. Hey, Sissy, still
I'm wonderful. We weren't even sure if you were making it on. So, like, we were making plans. Well, what do we have to do if she can't come on? And I decided I was just, she told me, she said that I'm the psychic. And I was like, I'm not a psychic. I'm here to support Gail. So I don't want to answer any questions if I have to go on by myself. I will literally sit here and juggle oranges. And
you could pull cards.
I don't even want to do that. If I'm by myself, I will just literally entertain. I will do dance moves. I will juggle oranges. I will twirl in circles. I will be very entertaining. There might be some nudity at some point, but
Well, I think everybody's now wishing I would disappear so you could do so you can see what you create. Poor Susie. I mean, the other day, we've had so much snow and it's interfered with everything. So, but poor Susie was on by herself. She did a great job, but she's like, she's calling, get that video down, get that video down. And I said, not before I see it. So, hey, son of what? Hey, Tina. Hey, Lauren. But anyway, so what I wanted to start off was first saying hello to everybody, and then talk about the next two shows we have tomorrow and the next day. I'm hoping that things will get straightened out on my end on the internet by then, but I'll be on my phone if no matter what. So that tomorrow will be Gwendolyn. She I think Susie will probably put up a banner for that. She'll be on. She's a shaman, and she'll be on tomorrow at 12, 3 o'clock Eastern time, 12 o'clock Pacific time. And then it'll be Nancy Jean on Friday, and she will be doing a 12-month demonstration of pulling cards and telling you what's going to happen to you every month of the year. And she only does that in December and January, so that will be what she would read Susie and I, and y'all can ask questions about that. So it'd be a good demonstration to see actually what happens. Hey, Butterfly Kisses. So let me see who else I might have missed here. I'm not sure. Hey, Hey, Sharon Sight. Wow, Starfish. This is old days, everybody. This is Lauren. This is how I used to do it on my phone. This is memories. Are we two different sizes?
We are.
We are. Susie, can you switch the sizes for us so we're the same size? I don't know if you can do that from your. Oh, thank you.
Oh, I look so big now. That was like a jump scare.
Yes, thanks, Susie. I don't think I can do that on my end right now, but anyway, so at least I can see a little better. It's still a glare on my end. I can't even hardly see myself. Maybe that's a good thing.
I feel like, Dawson, come here. Oh no, you stuck your head in the room now.
Is what?
You guys haven't met Dawson yet, have you? Making
No,
his debut. This is Lever Shopkeeper's Dawson. But when you say his name, you have to say Dawson, like you're from up north. That's how you have to say his name.
Hey, you're not even in the camera yet. There you go. Barely. So what does he do?
He keeps the shop with Brayden and Aaron and Samantha. Brayden has been in our video before.
Of course I have.
Of
Hello,
course
everybody.
he has. Say hello to everyone, Brayden.
Hey, cutie pie. There's the cutie
He's
pie.
18. I'm allowed to kiss his cheeks.
Yes.
Wait till you turn 18, Dawson.
Dawson.
Soon it'll be legal, huh? Never.
Anyways, I feel like the the government is getting a hold of all this ET stuff that you're doing, and they're just trying to shut down your shows over and over again.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised because this morning, just a little bit ago, I was watching a program on it was on Gaia, and a lady, her name is Geraldine Orozco. Some of y'all might already know her. She was on the show, and she has a support group that's for hybrid mothers. So it is for people who have hybrid children out there, and it is a support group. She has a big practice in let's see, San Francisco is where she's in the Bay Area, and it's called Bay Area Meditation. And I mean, and it looks like it's a big deal there. But she has a support group for hybrid mothers. I'm going to check more into that because and she has a whole show on how she has 24 hybrid children. So anyway, I thought that was pretty interesting.
So is this 24 in this dimension, or like what we were talking about where we have children on other star systems?
It's on the spaceship, on a spaceship that she's met them on, and they brought them in for her to meet. Like mine, I've met 6 of mine. I'm assuming that's all I have, but maybe there might be more. But I've met, one of them worked with me on the spaceship, on the Astro Medical One, that spaceship. I'm on my 4th one now, and so the other 2, I remember carrying them. I remember being pregnant with them, and I also remember I don't remember the birth, but I remember having them after the birth. I remember having 3 children, and then there was 3 more and they looked human, and then there was the next 3 that looked human from the back. When they turned around, they didn't, or even from the side. So I've met those, and they were not on the spaceship. They were on a planet somewhere.
I had a memory while you were talking.
Uh-oh.
So you know how you were telling me that I have hybrid children somewhere out there, and I was like, well, I've never met them. I'm sure they're happy with their stepdaddies or whatever, because I'm not there. And Susie's been pushing me to like go in and meet them, and I'm like, no, I have enough children here. It's fine. But when you were talking, I had a memory where I've had multiple dreams of actually giving birth.
Right.
Like the whole process, like feeling everything as if I were giving birth, and then holding the baby in my hands, and then I would wake up. I've had at least 3 dreams like that over the past couple of years. And now I'm wondering if this was me in these other dimensional states giving birth to these hybrids.
Right, probably, because I don't remember everything except for actual birth. Because I
remember only the birth.
And I remember carrying the children. I remember having them doorstepped and one holding, and my I assume husband is there with me too, and he's a Palladian, and very. So, but anyway, one of those children. Well, you have a child on the spaceship, and I know that because I've seen that child. And so I was telling you to go look in school because that's where it is. So there's one there on that spaceship, Astro Medical One. There's one there that's yours. And I think that eventually they'll be learning from you. It'll be like I had one in the operating room with me. That's my oldest child is there. And so anyway, so I thought it was interesting watching the show. And she says everybody's a hybrid, that we all have the alien or ET DNA, and that it's just what's being activated, which I think it resonated with me, that I probably agree with that it's whatever you're ready for to be activated is being activated, and that part's coming forward. So I kind of felt like that she's probably right. I don't know why I think that, but I think that's true. And I think we have DNA. Mine's all I've ever seen is Arcturian DNA, or as being an Arcturians. So I don't know if I have any other. So who knows? I know there's a common mixture of Arcturian and Palladian. And I do know I had a Palladian mother when I was going up the spaceship when I was probably about 3, 2 or 3, when I was being trained, when I was being able to learn how to walk through walls and telepathically communicate and all that kind of stuff, which now I'm using again because I'm doing espionage stuff again. But yeah, I thought that her show was real interesting, and she was on Gaia. Let me give everybody the information so y'all can watch it. I couldn't share it. It's one of those that you can't share right now. And she is on Jimmy Church, which I have never seen him before. and it is Gaia, and her name is Geraldine Orozco. Anyway, yes, I've said it's the first time I've ever seen him. But anyway, oh no, I think I have somebody who's getting ready to come over and shovel out the snow for me. So if I get a knock, I'm gonna have to run. It's gonna be one thing after another. I mean, the snow is so deep. There's no way to shovel the snow anymore. You know, just it's just so much of it. But anyway, what was that?
Just snowed in. But I like what you were saying about the activations and the different things, because a lot of people, they come to me for certain activations, but you know, a couple months ago I got this new tool that like kind of vibrates up the energetic body to just kind of clear the whole thing. And over the course of a few months, I've come into more and more different activations. So you have like your auric field activations and your DNA activations,
right,
your genetic field activations, and spinal activations are my latest ones that I've kind of come into. So there's lots of different layers and levels of activations where we hold different dimensional spaces, different vibrational frequencies. Lots of different information is held in different parts of the auric field to be activated when it's ready to be activated.
Yeah, you know, on my one, I can't remember which live it was, that it was Son of Watt that came on, and I was supposed to activate him, and I was sitting there going, "What? I'm supposed to activate somebody here on the live?" But we did. I don't know what's going on with your Son of Watt, but you got activated. Here's my new tool. I'm just drawing it. I don't know if you can see it. It's black, and this is the new tool I just got yesterday.
What does it do?
It's a healing tool. It's a healing tool that I have. It's black. And it's about 10 to 12 inches long, and it's kind of heavy in weight. But it's just a new healing tool that I got yesterday. So
yeah, what does it do?
What was that?
Well, what does it do?
It does some healing. I can't really say what it does. It's something pretty specific. so, yeah. So anyway, until I discover if it's true what it does, because I've only used it once, and so I've got to see what the results are first. And
Gail, you know how I feel about secrets.
I know. Well, I also have to get permission to share that information too. So I don't like.
Well, you don't want to share it right now, anyways, with the government listening to your shows and trying to shut them down.
Maybe I think it's the snow shutting me down.
Anyway, I'm in Facebook jail for the first time this month, and I'm telling you what, they're listening to everything. We're on the radar. They're like, these people are onto something.
What'd you say? You were what now for the first time?
I was in Facebook jail.
Oh, you were in Facebook. What'd you do? Show your booty?
Okay, well, this particular time, I actually did threaten to punch people, and so they put me in jail. But the only reason I was on their radar was because they've been watching my posts. They think that we're doing something. There's like political stuff happening and governmental stuff happening. And so they don't like some of my posts, and they tell me to take them down. And so that's why I was on their radar to begin with. So then when I was trying to show a friend of mine how much I love her, and I told her I would punch everybody for her, then they were like, "Oh, you're in jail."
So, well, I have never been in jail or YouTube jail. And I thought it was harder to get in jail on Facebook. It's easy to get it on YouTube, but it's hard. I thought you could do a lot more stuff on Facebook.
It depends on if the government's watching you. I'm on the radar. But see, someone recently came to me too, who used to be a journalist in the Middle East. And when he came here and started publishing books about what was really happening here, there were people from the government who were remote viewing him. Mm-hmm. And they started showing up and threatening his friends and things like that, until he literally felt so unsafe that he stopped writing, mm-hmm. moved, started working in a completely different field. Mm-hmm. And, so there's that. But guess what, government? We know how to remote view too.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. But, I was told, I think it was a year ago this December, that I was already on the radar. So I already know that. I've been on the radar.
Is that why you moved to the inside of a mountain?
Well,
They just can't reach you physically.
no, no. I moved here because I'm supposed to be working with the aliens in the mountains. So I'm here and saying it's going to be easier for me to work with them. And I keep every day going, okay, I could have done this in South Carolina. Okay, I could have done this in South Carolina. But I tell you, I got a major, and I haven't had one like this before. I had downloads, uploads, whatever. Yesterday, again, I was feeling dizzy. My ears were ringing. And I haven't felt like that since July or August of 2020 when I was getting all this information coming in at that time. And I have not felt like that in a long time. I'm going, okay, I got it. I got to stop whatever I'm doing because, but at that time I kept falling. Every time I'd walk the dogs, I was falling. So at least now I know what it is. But I haven't had one like that for 2 years. I haven't had one like that.
It's really powerful. We're going through like the last degree of Pisces and entering into the 0 degree of Aries. So technically, right before the solstice, what we're going through is like a death and rebirth process energetically anyway. So everyone collectively is going through some sort of upgrade into the new person they're going to be.
Right. I can't imagine what else I'm going to be now.
Lord.
Yes. All right. Well, I have to show you something. This is what Susie sent me. I don't know if y'all know the history of this. Deanna Troi from Star Trek. I don't know if y'all know the story behind this. Thanks, Susie. She sent it to me. Anyway, Deanna Troi, she is a counselor on Star Trek, and she's the one that would always be an empath and be able to go up front and be able to see what was going on the other spaceships. And she was a counselor for. Anyway, when I first started going up to the spaceship, and this was before I worked on it, I was actually doing rescue missions, and I was taking the aliens up there to be healed. And the first time was that I was showing a lot of emotions. I was crying because one of them was dying, and the family was not showing any kind of emotion. And these were grays. These are gray hybrids. And the family wasn't showing emotions. I was the one upset that the father was dying. Anyway, so they flashed on Deanna Troi on Star Trek. And I started laughing. I'm going, no, I'm not Deanna Troi. I'm not her. And then later on, I know y'all probably heard about my first space suit they put on me that was so tight that I couldn't hardly move. They weren't used to somebody my size and my curves. And again, I was going, I'm not Deanna Troi. I don't have that kind of body. I'm not skinny like that. And and so then the final thing was when they called me the captain kept calling me up to the front and wanted me to check out what the spaceship was doing over across. It was in front of us, and there was a spaceship. And he goes, tell me what's going on over there. And I look at him going, I'm not Deanna Troi. And I'm going, okay, I don't feel anything negative, and I will leave. And anyway, he called me up, I think, 3 times to do that. And finally, the last time I went up there, I went, okay, I'm not that kind of empath, but I can astral travel over there. So I astral traveled over there, came back and gave him the information, what was happening in that spaceship. And when that happened, I finally went, oh, I get it now. She was an empath and a psychologist. I'm in the medical field. I'm a surgeon. And I can't feel what's going on over there, but I can astral travel over there. And so it's all connecting, and I have emotions, and she shows emotions, and I'm going, oh my gosh, they do think I'm Deanna Troi in their eyes, because I'm him. I was at that time, I think only 2 humans that were on the spaceship or human hybrids on that spaceship at that time. So I walked away going, okay, now I get it. Now I know why they kept comparing me to her. But I wish I looked like her, and I wish I had her body.
You do. You have her hair for sure.
Yes,
Pile it all up.
Okay, I didn't even put that. Yeah, I have long dark hair too. So anyway, it was a whole progress of that that I and in my book I have a whole chapter. I am not Deanna Troi, and I'm talking about that. So
that's the name of the chapter.
That's the name of the chapter.
I love that.
Yes, but I just couldn't figure out why they kept flashing, because they did reference Star Trek for me, and I figured it was just for my benefit. They referenced Star Trek, and it was telepathically. They would show a scene, and that's how I would, know what they're talking about. But they kept flashing on her, and I just kept going, no, I'm not her. So anyway, what's going on at the Rustic Raven lately?
Well, since last time we spoke, I think we had another sigil event, sacred sigil event, where we kind of guide everyone through a mini healing session until they come to a symbol or sigil that can help them break through into their purpose and destiny or how they want to feel. But this coming Saturday, we're having our solstice celebration, and that's always our biggest celebration of the year, where we fill the entire house with healers and vendors. We have an open mic and a drum circle, and Dawson, who you met earlier, was just in here earlier talking to us, and his mom's never been here. He's 16, I think. His mom's never been here before, and he said he was a little nervous because she's planning to come for the first time Saturday to our solstice event. And I said, I'm talking about you.
Oh, you are?
About our, yes.
About your mother, anyway.
We're talking about what you said about your mom. I love you. Bye. See you around town. But what was I saying? Yes, so she's planning to come for the first time Saturday, and he said he was a little nervous about that. I said I would be too, because she's gonna get here and think that we're all insane. If she comes on a normal day, this is a calm, healing space. Right. If she comes on our solstice ceremony, we are literally going to be completely painted, hair done, feathers everywhere, dancing around a circle, around a fire in the middle of the night, howling at the moon. Like, she will probably think we're insane. But that's okay. That's all right. Let that be the first time she meets us. Everything else will be gravy after that, right? Do the hard stuff first.
And y'all understand that Mary is in South Carolina, Florence, South Carolina, a small town. And yeah.
It threw the Bible bells. But
through the Bible belt, definitely.
I will say that my neighbors here have never, through all these years of solstice ceremonies and drum circles and fire ceremonies, they have never called the cops on us. I'm really proud of them. Although I imagine they don't, because I smell marijuana coming from their yards quite often. So I feel like we have a little, give and take.
Yeah, that's right. You just have to go to Facebook jail. You're not going to go to real jail.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You ready to take some questions?
Yes.
Okay. You might have to read them for me because, as I said, I got a kind of a glare going on. So anyway.
Yeah, as long as Susie posts them. Okay. Hey to Dr. Gail, Mary, and 007. You've told me if 2 Arcturian guides and their names. You've told me, 2 Arcturian guides and their name. Plus my connection with the Arcturians is strong. Do I have any more guides from there? And this is Chris MK.
Okay. So she's got 2 Arcturian guides, and she wants to know. I think your family is Arcturian, so I don't know that as much as more that you have any guys, but they're just all around you, everywhere, Chris and Kay. You really have a strong connection to the Arcturians, but you get married.
I was sensing that there are 2 that kind of stay closer.
Right.
But there's like a bunch all the way around. I feel like there might be like one in a hybrid that might be from other star systems even, but all of these are Arcturians, and they all seem to be like family, ancestors, friends who might be guides. That might be what you consider a guide, is a friend who comes to help you along and give you wisdom and teaching. So they're just kind of all around.
I know I keep getting new guides here lately. I must be going there because I got like my medical guide, which is Medical Mike. And then I got a new one.
Yeah.
She's out there. Did you say something?
Yes. Whatever happened to your boyfriend?
Oh, nothing. I hadn't heard from him since. I think I hurt his feelings.
You ghosted him.
I told him to go away. Yeah, I hadn't heard from him since, and haven't had anything. Okay, I'm pulling a card for you in Chris MK, and it's the reason I'm using it because this is the one I used for the Arcturians, and it is. Can y'all see it? It is the one that's Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck, and I get throat chakra for you. Throat chakra. So they're wanting you to support your self-expression and your sense of peace and balance. And speak up. You're here speaking up anyway. But yeah, I just feel extremely strong connection with you and the Arcturians. So there you go, Chris MK. All right, next.
Dr. Gail, I've been told that not all of my galactic guides are authentic. Can y'all tell me about that and that I need to do more protection? This is Starfish.
Okay. Well, with Starfish, I feel the chaos around you. Because you have so much chaos around you, it would be easy for one to slip in. But I feel like you're pretty on top of it and protecting yourself. I feel like you got a good handle on it. And also I feel like you've got a good feel of what's good and bad. You're one I'm not too worried about on that. I think you can um, I think you can deal with it. You might need a little help here and there, but not like a lot of people. I think you've really got this. How about you, Mary?
I almost feel like the inauthentic guide that you were talking about might have just even been a one-off thing. Like Gail said, someone who is able to kind of slip in amongst the others or amongst the movement of energy that's there and what's kind of whirling around. But once it's recognized, it leaves because it has no real reason to be there as long as you don't have an affinity for it and you're really on top of it and doing your work. So I don't even sense that it's something that's still there maliciously or attached to you or anything like that.
Right. It's almost like it was passing through. I was like, looked at you and went, oh, not dealing with her.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Okay.
You need me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay, Lyra. Hi, Dr. Gail and Mary. Can you let me know if I will get a job in North Carolina so I can move? What is in store for me in the next 3 months?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm originally from North Carolina.
It's a lovely state.
Yes, it is. Which part of North Carolina are you going to? You're looking at? It's Carmela.
This is Carmela.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I think you sent a message to the shop phone that I have not responded to yet. I'll have to get that phone from my shopkeepers and look at that. But I feel like we might have a session soon. So I do feel like there's an opportunity in North Carolina. I'm sensing that that's an option. Yeah.
I think this is it's saying that you're safe where you're at right now, but I think
She said Greensboro.
okay, oh good, that's a great area. I'm thinking this is going along on free will. There's going to be an opportunity, but you're going to have to weigh if that's where you want to go or if you want to take that opportunity. It might be something that is not of the level of that you're wanting to get, but there's going to be a job there. It's whether you want that job or not. I hope that makes sense.
That's kind of more of what I was sensing also, that there's an opportunity there, but there's so much right around that path. I see mine more in vision. I don't know. But there's so much around that path that's like, well, do I want this? Is this worth it? There's a lot of self stuff involved also. Like, can I do this? Can I physically make this move? How much effort am I going to have to put into this? There's a lot around that, but there definitely is an opportunity that's open that you have to line into.
I feel like it's going to be all about money. Is it opportunity? Is this going to be worth my move? But I do feel like whenever you get Greensboro, just has so many opportunities anyway. So if you do go there, even if you do take that job, and I think you have said before, like your sister or somebody lives there, if you can cut your expenses while you're there until you find a job, or maybe you need to wait after that 3 months and find a better job. This is free will. This is up to you. It looks like you're going to have the options, but you're going to have to make those decisions. You're going to have to take a
low confidence. That's kind of part of it too. She said right now it's about her low confidence, and I do think that as well. So, but if we can push through the capability of and the energy and the effort of, there is an opportunity there.
Right.
But there is a definite base around money too.
Yeah. I do think you might psychically blossom also if you do move there. So, okay. Next.
Do I have any alien guides? This is hypnicity. Do they have a message for me?
Okay, let me see. I immediately see a gray hybrid standing up, and he was sitting down.
Real tall.
Yeah, I don't know why he was sitting down. It's like,
because he's so tall, he just towers over.
Well, no, it was like, this is what he's saying. It's about time. Yeah, he's been sitting there waiting. It's about time. Okay.
I think this one has some hybrid children out there, at least one or two.
Yeah. You're talking about hypnicity? Oh, the gray hybrid hypnicity. Yeah. I'm thinking that she's very connected to the gray hybrids. They're telling me she's in the program. What does that mean? In the program?
The breeding program.
Must be.
All killings.
In the program. Well, there you go, hypnicity. You have a gray, tall hybrid that's been waiting to talk to you. And let me see what the message is.
Yeah. There's definitely one there.
The world's going to open for you. The world is going to open for you. Earl, it's going to open for you. I think you're getting ready to have a whole bunch of information coming your way. It's opening for you.
I got the information. It's time to move forward, which is very similar. But I feel like there's also a relationship that you might be in or flirting with, that something is changing, or there's something to recognize there. Take the wool off your eyes, the clouds out of your mind, and see it for what it is.
Yeah. I think it's going to all reveal itself, and I think you can get more messages, and I think we'll get more messages. But right now, I think they're asking you to get prepared, hypnicity, because a lot's getting ready to come your way. And I'm trying to get his name, so you'll have a name for him. But I really like him. He has a really good feel about him.
It's 333. Angel numbers.
Okay. Mark. He wants to be called Mark. He wants his earth name to be Mark, because you're going to make a mark on your life. That's what he's telling me. You're going to make a mark.
I like your definition better. I was thinking Mark. That sounds just like a gray, tall creature, doesn't it? Mark. Yeah. It's like one of those plain vanilla white men who are really tall and skinny. Mark. Brent.
But he took that name because he's saying hypnicity is going to make a mark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like your definition. It's much better.
Okay. All right, hypnicity. All right, let's go to next. Okay.
Do I have any alien children from Tina?
Okay.
Getting around.
I'm not seeing it. If I am, I'm only seeing one child, which is unusual because they usually come in threes. Either I'm being blocked from seeing it, which I don't think so. I see one child, and I'm not sure who this child is. I'm not sure it's part of the program, but there is a child out there of yours, and it might be another lifetime. I don't think I think this is I think this is another lifetime.
I feel like and I think, Tina, if you connect in with it, you know which child this is. I feel like you reincarnate with this child sometimes throughout life. But I'm also sensing like a lot of romantic energy here. So when you were trying to tap into the children, I was sensing that she may not have had a lot of hybrid children, but she definitely has a lot of hybrid lovers.
Oh, well, there you go, Tina. You're going to write your book about your hybrid lovers. That'd be a good book. All right, Tina. So I'm not sure who this one is, but I'm thinking it's either different lifetime or a different planet. But I think this is one that you definitely have a connection with. It's not one that you just met. This is one that you are with or see or go up. I'm not sure about the whole relationship, but you do have a relationship with one. Okay. All right, Tina. All right, next. Is that it? I can't see
Well,
Susie.
she said that she has 4 children, but she was supposed to have 5. Okay, Chris and Kay, Dr. Gail, do they know you're the mother? Do they know you're the mom?
Um, the first 3 definitely do, and but because I did have them, probably I was with them till they were about 7, so I stayed with them for like at least 7 years. And the other 3, I don't think so, because there was another lady that was taking care of them, and so I'm not sure about that, about the other 3. But I know, one of them worked with me in the operating room, and he was training to take my place. So he definitely, we kept a professional relationship going, and we didn't really talk about it in front of everybody. But yeah, that one definitely does.
But
So
do they have a connection to mothers the way we do here on Earth?
no, no, I don't. And as I said, even when I was young, 2 or 3 years old, they started taking me up to the spaceship and teaching me. And I had a Palladian step-in mother up there. Like, so I had somebody taking care of me that was a Palladian. So they do it differently. So it's almost like you don't have just one mother. You have the mother that takes care of you, that births you. Then there's another one that teaches her or guides you through that part. I'm not really sure if I'm describing that correctly, but it's almost like I had 2 mothers, mother on Earth and a mother on the spaceship, and she made sure I was okay, and I was hanging on to her leg, when I would get scared and things like that. And but that was a Palladian mother that was doing that. What would you call that? A second mother? Sarah? Not
Like
a Sarah.
a nanny.
What was that?
Like a nanny.
Yeah, but she was more than a nanny. There was more of a connection than a nanny. But because there's more of a closeness to that. Anyway, I'm not sure what you call that, but could be a nanny plus. But anyway, she was there. She was a support, and she was only supporting me. And in the room that I was in with all the young children, everybody had one. Not necessarily Palladian, but everybody had somebody with them. And then there was like a teacher up there, because I can remember they're sending all these things up there that we were telepathically supposed to move. And my biggest memory is trying to walk through walls. And I was probably about 10 by that time. And whenever I was walking through the walls, I walked through it, and it kept getting different densities that we were walking through. And the last time I walked through the wall, I was the only one there's 3 of us, and I was the only one that made it through it. And I was like, where did they go? I'm the only one over here. I have those kind of memories. But yeah, okay. I'm rambling today. Maybe it's
I
because
love it. I'm learning so much about you.
there is a lot. There's a lot that I don't really talk about. So, and there's a lot that I have talked about, but there's a lot of stuff I can't talk about too. So anyway, okay, next.
I've never walked through a wall, but I have sunk through a floor. So there's that one. During a shamanic journey to the tree of the world, I realized that while at the top of the tree, I was tethered to a spaceship up above me. Can you tell me where my little white ship is from? And this is Bemused Shaman.
It was a little white ship.
A little white ship.
It sounds like what I did when I was tethered from the stars to the trees. when the gnomes came and got me. Wanted me to connect the trees to the stars. Okay. I'm just getting Palladian is immediately what I got. But I'm really not sure who that immediately what came into my mind is Palladians, and usually that's the first thing. But then next that what came right on back behind it was Syrians.
Are there like Lemurians? There's Lemuria.
Mm-hmm. Lemurians, yeah, that's what I'm working with right now. The Lemurians tend to be, maybe that's what it is, because Lemurians.
That energy came up for me, but like I don't know all the names of those
Okay, well,
things.
I'll tell you that because this would make sense. Lemurians are usually I have a group, and it's the Palladians, the Arcturians, and the Syrians. So
Okay,
that
yeah, makes sense now. Because I don't know all the names like you do, but I can feel certain frequencies, and that's just the name that came to me. So yeah,
that would make sense. So there you go. It's Lemurians that that your white spaceship is from. So and you're working with them. So I'll probably be seeing you on Mount Shasta because that's where they are. They're here in this mountain.
That's so exciting. So Emmy J says, "I'm excited to read your book. When will it be published?"
I am not sure when it's going to be published. We have copyrighted it. Susie's helping with this, and she's right now editing it. And as soon as we get edited and I get Dinah Bowles is doing the photography or the pictures for it, then it's ready. It's really getting close though. And also I'm going to probably hire a copywriter just to go through it again, just to make sure everything looks right, a professional one. So it's getting close. The book is actually finished. It's just that we're having to go through the red tape right now. Mary, you've got a book that you've published and things, and you tell me about that red tape. Did you?
I am not published.
Oh, you've never published? Oh.
No, I wrote one book, which was supposed to be the first in a trio, but the trio will not be finished until I'm like 75. I have it laid out, but I haven't started the second. So then I started another book that's actually more spiritually based, more of like a teachings that's going to be involved with the nonprofit that I'm going to be doing. But that one's not finished yet. I'm not done downloading that book yet.
Okay. Well, mine's a little bit easier because I'm not having to come up with anything. I've written all the information down. So all I'm doing is transcribing it to a book. And it's just everything that's been happening to me. And when I started this, I was just journaling because they told me to journal it, but I never thought it was going to go to a book or even YouTube, or even when I tried, what was the other one that I tried that I hated that I was terrible at? Oh gosh, I'll think of it in a minute. But anyway.
It was like a blog, wasn't it?
A blog, that's right. Oh my gosh, blog. Oh, that was bad. Anyway, I'm not so this whole process is all what I had not thought I would be doing, but here I am. Here I am being a voice for them. Okay. All right, next question.
Message from my guides, please, if you have time. And this is Sutofi. Wants to know if there's a message.
The Seas of Mintaka. It says, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. So there you go. You got to see your potential, and you got to start bringing out your unconscious. I think we're all kind of awakening. So I think this is just an inevitable process for you. But it's the Seas of Mintaka, and that's from a Starseed Oracle deck. So what do you got?
Eight of Earth. So this one I pulled, and I was told that it would be for a specific person in here. And I pulled another one that was very similar. This one just kind of jumped out at me. But this one says, even masters of their craft have more to learn. So this one's also about embracing opportunity to go deeper, developing a greater understanding, and finding new ways to apply what you already know. So it goes really hand in hand with what you said, because it's showing us that you have goals and you have skills, and now you're just enhancing your expertise because you're no longer a beginner at whatever it is that you're doing. you're a little bit more seasoned than that, and it's bringing in more confidence for you to become more intimate with the work in many areas of your life.
Well, there you go. I hope you understand that message. So I think it's important, but I think it's kind of inevitable for you. So, okay, next.
Vivienne, message from my spirit guides, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Something around trust.
Mystic Martian, trust.
Trust yourself.
Trust that it's all for a reason. Trust that what you're going through is for a good reason.
It's like it's frustrating. Like, trust. I want to flash you right now. Just trust.
The Merkaba.
Trust your guides. That was Karma?
Merkaba.
Oh, the Merkaba.
See? And it says movement, long distance travel, excitement. And I don't think it means on Earth travel. I think it means to the different planets or a spaceship. I'm getting long distance travel to a spaceship, and it's probably the one that you're from. So you're probably at night you are traveling, and there you go. You got to trust it. Don't be scared of it.
Nope.
Okay, next.
Emmy J. Hi, Dr. Gail. Do I have any alien guides? Any messages for me? This is from Mary Ellen.
Okay. I see the male voice coming in. No, that's not for you, Emmy J. I just hear it on Mary's side. Unless there wasn't a male voice saying anything.
That might be Braden. He's got such a low voice.
There was a low voice. If anybody heard, they're going to go, oh, who's talking?
Mary Ellen's guides. They're coming through.
Yes.
No, but I sense actually like some earth, like primal earth energies. I do feel like we have an earth guide. So Gail can get in touch with your alien guide, but I'm sensing something like a puma or some sort of big cat energy. And these big cats, they really do a lot with bringing us into other worlds, between realms, with helping us see our shadow selves.
Because it's a Lyran.
Protection, divine feminine energy, jumping between the cosmos and galaxies.
Well, they're a big cat, the earth energy. Yeah, the Lyrans they're cat-like people. She's real connected to the cats.
Yes, I'm seeing a lot of that cat energy.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what the message is.
Maybe the message is to eat them alive.
Quiet. Just looking like a deer in headlights looking at me. What is any message for her? This is what I'm getting. I've been found.
They see me.
Just give it.
I do sense some connections between the throat and the sacral space, though. So there might be a lot of that primitive activity that's wanting to be expressed. So if we're suppressing ourselves in any ways, if we're not expressing our authentic self, if we're not showing our spots, this might be a good time to get in touch with that part of yourself, with your own feminine nature. And maybe your guides are just staring blankly because they don't know what to say or to do. They're suppressed for so long.
Finally, he has said his name is Alta, A-L-T-A. But he really is hushed mouth. Okay, he's relaxing a little bit now.
He was like, real.
Yeah.
His hackles down.
He really does. He really doesn't want to talk.
Maybe we should unlock her throat.
I think so. I think that's what needs to be done, because he really, I mean, he's like a deer in headlights. Like, what?
Get a set of keys up here so I can just go through my keys while she's unlocking everybody. Look like I'm being productive.
Oh, you can go through your keys. I'm sitting there going, are you talking about the throat chakra keys?
Yes, all of your keys. I need just a whole set of keys up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this up here so we can unlock that throat chakra. So let's see if he'll be able to talk more. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that needed to be done. Okay. Calmly, calmly. He's wanting you to calm down. Calmly go through life. Okay. He's telling me you're very hectic right now, and he wants you to calm down. And you'll be able to listen to him. Boy, that was like pulling information.
How is she supposed to listen if he's not speaking? First off.
Well, I think she's not been slowing down enough to listen.
Oh, I'm just trying to make him mad so he'll talk louder.
I think it just shocked him that somebody's talking to him. It's really what happened. But anyway, there you go. So you got a Lyran. His name is Alta, and he wants you to calm down going through life, and he wants you to slow down so you can hear him. And I think he will start talking. And I have opened up that throat chakra, so it's going to be a little bit easier now, I think. Woo, man, that was tough.
Dream Journey 1. May I have a card, please?
Okay. Let's see what I'll pull for her.
I want to pull a card too.
Yeah, I'm pulling a color card for her.
That'll be nice. I really like your color cards. Green is so beautiful.
Take action. Take action. Dream Journey 1.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Well, I have mine sitting out in front of me. I have 5 decks out here. Usually I only have 1 or 2, but for some reason I was told to pull all of them out. Or not all of them, 5 of them.
Well, here's the thing. You pulled Take Action. And what was the color? Jade?
Jade. Mm-hmm.
Which is usually like abundance and things like that. Things
right.
Opening up and flowing. I pulled the Hanged Man.
Oh.
Which is almost the opposite. It's almost like obstacles or slowing down or surrender.
I want you to look at the hangman. Does that hangman where he can free himself out of his whatever?
So kind of what I was sensing around the hangman, that there's some call to surrender that needs to happen. So we realize that when we're moving forward and taking action, we don't need to do just for the sake of doing. We need to have a focus. We need to have an aim and align ourselves with that frequency. And then once we're aligned with that frequency, completely let go of everything else. Let go of what it's supposed to look like. Let go of control over how it happens. Just let go of everything else and surrender to the flow of the process. And so then taking action is actually easy to do. And it's like flowing down the river to our desired destination, rather than thinking that we have to fight currents and hurricanes to get where we need to go. So it's time to move forward. It's time to take action. It's time for abundance, but in a flow, surrender kind of way. Set your aim for the destiny you want, for the frequency you want to feel, and release expectations around everything else.
All right, that sounds good. And I'm also, what I was getting when you were saying all that, it might mean that she needs to take action on doing those things that you're telling her to do. Instead of doing those and then taking action. It sounds like to me she needs to take action to take care of those things so she can move forward. Ooh. Ooh. All right, next. Okay. What is
a message from the guides for Damaris Wilson 444?
Hey, Damaris. All right. Pulling out of the Mystic Martian deck.
I have a question for you. Did someone, were you close to an aunt at some point, like an aunt?
Me? Oh,
No,
Damaris.
yeah, them. I'm sensing an ancestor stepping forward.
Can you read the chat to see if she answers?
Yes, she'll throw it up when she answers the chat on her.
Okay. All right, from the Mystic Martian, Damaris. Oh, not that card. I want me to get this card. Ooh, Mantis Being. It says Enigma, elusive. I pulled this sensitive. I pulled this exact card for Juno last week. And I would say this is true for both of you. You're enigmas. You stand alone. You're different. You're elusive. You're sensitive. So embrace it. That's what I say. Embrace it all. Okay, Mary.
And that might go along with the message that I'm getting. I'm seeing a female figure stepping forward for you, and I believe it to be some sort of ancestor. But there's so much heaviness in the heart, and I'm really sensing her stepping forward, and she's talking to you in a very loving way, but saying not to let those experiences color how you view and perceive people and how you perceive your life. It's like there's so much that has happened that's caused heaviness in the heart that this ancestor doesn't want you to feel bitterness or resentment and carry those things with you throughout the rest of your life, viewing everyone as a potential threat or not being able to trust anybody. And she is being very loving, but she's here to help carry that burden and to help you lighten that load. So whatever you need to do to be able to open your heart again and trust and love again, really work in those spaces.
There you go, Damaris. Okay, we're going to take one more. This will be our last one.
She said it was definitely her mom.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, that's right. She was really close to her mom. Okay, so what is, you'll read that one? Okay.
Yes. Any messages from my Arcturian family or from my angel guides? Thank you. And this is Ankar Austin. I may not have pronounced that correctly. I apologize.
I know. I'm not sure I pronounced it right either. Okay, I'm pulling out a Raise Your Vibration deck. Which deck are you pulling out of?
Honestly, I don't even know. I need to ground because that ancestor, she came in like a whole lot of frequency and I am about to cry and she had so much and yeah. She was
I had to do that last night. I tell you, when I was going through all what I was going through for ears ringing and the uploads and whatever.
I just missed my mouth. There's water all over me. I'm telling you, she's got me shook.
Okay, here you go. My high vibes heal the world. There you go. My high vibes heal the world. Look at that card. So there you go. So keep your vibes up is what it's asking. I feel like your vibes are up, but it is healing the world. Your vibration is healing the world. So what you got, Mary?
Yes, right now there's like a lot of collective energy happening. So that I've had some people recently who aren't sure how their personal purpose affects their global purpose. And it's really come to a lot of clients recently that your existence affects the global collective, because the more you work on yourself and the more your vibration is heightened and the more you're just doing your thing, that does reach out to the collective and eventually send ripples out that will reach the whole world, just like the butterfly effect. It just keeps moving and moving and moving. So your simple existence and healing and doing your part is changing the world. Even if you don't see it in this lifetime, it will happen. It will reach the whole surface of the earth.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you.
We're done.
Do you have anything else you need to say, Mary, before we leave? You got a booty shake or anything that you need to do?
I feel like I should do something crazy, but I don't know what to do. I didn't have anything planned. But it's a time for learning. Right now we're learning, we're growing, we're observing, we're experiencing, and we're just releasing and surrendering and probably shedding. I think a lot of people have shed a lot this year, letting people go who are no longer vibing at your frequency.
Right. I've got transformation. Everybody's going through a transformation. Getting rid of the whatever and moving on up. So anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks, Mary, for being here.
You, Gail. I love you. You're beautiful.
Thank Tracy, for helping us. And we'll see you